Am I the meanest?
Pawn's drunk.
Am I the prettiest?
Pawn's drunk.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this town?
Pawn's drunk.
Well, who am I?
Pawn's drunk.
Who am I?
Pawn's drunk.
I can't hear you.
Pawn's drunk. AKA Mr. Moonshine himself.
Of Harlem.
Punch Drunk Boxing, aka Mr. Moonshine himself, aka el adobo, el sazón, el borracho, el pastor de boxeo. Ladies and gentlemen, first and foremost, God bless each and every one of y'all. God bless each and every one of y'all. And I want to start this off. As well in apologizing, man. Yeah, man. Your boy, Mr. Moonshine, is going to apologize because I've said, I think I've been the first one to bring to the forefront of this community. If you do your homework, I was the one that brought up February 10th Super Bowl weekend fight, and then you heard Bob Arum, then you heard Oscar De La Hoya. I mean, you heard Teofimo Lopez, you heard Oscar De La Hoya and stuff like that. Super Bowl, February 10th, Las Vegas, Nevada, Super Bowl weekend. Everybody going to be out there. All the celebrities, all the sponsors, all the 500 Fortune companies, all the big shots, all the power players, one spot, Las Vegas. And I said, the biggest fight in the sport of boxing, of this young era especially, when we're talking about these young fighters, we're talking about the Teos, the Ryans, the Tank, the Haneys, the Shakurs. It don't matter what they do. These guys are going to be linked to one another. Hopefully, they all fight one another. It is what it is. Of course, for the amateur circuit, you had Shakur, Teofimo Lopez, Boots Ennis, Gary Antoine Russell. They came from that type of class, and they was the one that was ringing bells. Ryan Garcia also was ringing bells at that time. Devin the Dream Haney was ringing bells, right? But these guys, whether they like it or not, Teofimo Lopez, you're going to be thinking about Haney, Tank, Ryan, Shakur. Devin Haney fights, you're going to be thinking about Shakur, Tank, Teo, and the rest. When you think about Ryan, you're going to think about them. When you think about Tank, you're going to be thinking about them. It is what it is. In certain eras, your name is attached to these particular fighters. When you saw Floyd Mayweather, you're thinking about Manny Pacquiao. It don't matter. You're thinking about when you see Manny Pacquiao, you're thinking about Floyd Mayweather. By the time they retire, everything is they're going to be. When you think about Canelo Alvarez, you think about David Benavidez. If Canelo Alvarez take a good shot or a bad shot, you're thinking about, damn, what about if David Benavidez hit him with that shot? And vice versa. Let's be real. Let's be honest. We can't run away from it. Those fighters can't run away from it. High, low, dime lo con los 2 pesos de plátano. Dime lo que, high, low. Even the fighters can't run away from it. What's good, Tycho TV? Gracias de lo mío. Mr. Moonshine, the keeper of objectivity in the sport of boxeo. Gracias de lo mío. If you're interviewing Shakur, they're going to bring up Haney. If you're interviewing Haney, they're going to bring up Shakur and Tank and Teo. If you're going to be interviewing Teo, it's going to bring up those names. They cannot run away from each other. So the best thing that they could do is actually acknowledge it. Acknowledge the question, acknowledge the possibility and things of that nature. There's certain people in the sport of boxing that has proven. There's certain people in the sport of boxing that has become the it factor. The it factor who's proven, who's earned, who's accomplished. Also in the sport of boxing, there's people that be getting extra credit. I'm not in the business of getting extra credit. Yes, I'm a fan at the end of the day. And yes, I got my favorite type of fighters in particular styles that I may like just like everybody else. Just like everybody else. I pride myself in speaking unbiasedly, logically, and objectively and stuff like that. But yeah, I can have my opinion as a fan. As a channel host, I believe there's a responsibility. As a fan, personal fan, I have the right to be a fan of a particular fighter, particular style, in my opinion, just like everybody else. And I want to apologize. I do want to apologize. Because I've said Teofimo Lopez versus Ryan. I've said Teofimo Lopez versus Tank, the biggest fight in the sport of boxing. But nobody has earned it more than Teo and Haney. Teofimo Lopez, the captain, I call him the captain of the generation, the commander-in-chief, that set the tone for this generation is Teofimo Lopez. And the one that's been following the footsteps or been followed is right there. It's right there. Like, no, you ain't going to run away too much. Yeah, you might accomplish a little bit. Yeah, you follow Lomachenko and stuff like that. When he was pound for pound, 1, 2, 3, you can flip it around. But I'm going to fight Lomachenko. And I'm going to fight Jojo Diaz. And I'm going to fight Jorge Linares. And now you move up. Okay. Teofimo Lopez fought Josh Taylor. Here comes Devin Haney December 9th. The Zone pay-per-view. Fighting Regis Prograis. The guy that's arguably, at the time, you know what I'm saying? A1, A2. We know that Josh Taylor beat Regis Prograis. So Josh Taylor was the man. Teofimo Lopez wanted that work, wanted that smoke, was the underdog, and overcame when everybody in the boxing community, well, many in the boxing community saw that he's not mentally ready. He's not mentally stable for a fight like that. Y'all was writing Teofimo Lopez off, but Teofimo Lopez is a guy that keeps on proving to the boxing world, I'm here for the smoke. I'm here for the legacy. I'm here to take over, and he has done just that. Why do you hate Teofimo Lopez? If you're a boxing fan, why would you hate a guy like Teofimo Lopez? Let's be real. Let's be honest. You can't be a real hardcore boxer fan. You can't be a real hardcore boxer fan and hate Teofimo Lopez, not be a fan of Teofimo Lopez. And you know what? If you're a real hardcore boxing fan, you cannot be a fan of Devin the Dream Haney. Oh yeah, I've been one. I've been one that has been heavily critique of Devin the Dream Haney in terms of my opinion of entertainment value, because I always felt, but it always came from a good place. Yes, it's comedic and things of that nature, but it always come from a good place. Good looking at high low. It always came from a good place, because even when I've had conversation with his father, which could be manager of the year with a win with Devin Haney versus Regis Prograis, Devin Haney wins. We could actually say that Bill Haney, who's done a wonderful job, a trailblazer in the sport of boxing, you know what I'm saying? And it's hard to make it in this line of work, in this line of boxing, what I call boxing the gangster's playground. Not everybody is successful in this boxing. Not even 50 Cent was successful in this boxing stuff. Not even Jay-Z, the billionaire, is successful in the sport of boxing. But Bill Haney has done a wonderful job by managing his son, training his son, having the pieces around his son so he could be the best that he could be, and still growing as a fighter, going to be 25 years old, still 24 years old. And look at the things that Devin Haney has accomplished. As much as I can I like Tank Davis as a fighter, as his style. I may feel like he could be better than Devin Haney. But let me tell you right here, I'm going to tell you right now, right here, maybe I haven't even said this. If you follow me on Twitter, go to Mr. Moonshine 10. What's good, CCI? What's good, George? What's good, Chop Top? I never said this, but I'm going to say it right now so y'all can listen to. Smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. I ain't think that Haney was better than Tank. I do think that Tank is a special talent. He hasn't proven it. I could see it. He passes the eye test. He got the power. He got the skills. He got the footwork. He got the athleticism. He got the combination of speed and power and stuff like that. But he has not proven it like Devin the Dream Haney has not proven it. Devin Haney is the it factor. Devin Haney is proven. Devin Haney is accomplished. And let me tell you like this. I may think that skillfully, because maybe he's more entertaining to me. I may like Gervonta Tank Davis more. I've been following him longer than Devin Haney in the amateurs in the East Coast. But I have to say this. Devin Haney is tougher than Gervonta Tank Davis. Devin Haney is tougher. It's arguably if he's better. He's proven he's accomplished more. He's proven that he wants to smoke. It's a fact that he wants to smoke. He didn't go to the 140 and have a Mario Barrios on the rehydration clause. He's going out there to fight Regis Prograis. Regis Prograis, arguably number 1, number 2, 140 before Teofimo Lopez beat Josh Taylor. He didn't go up there with a tune-up. There's no rehydration clause. There's no catch weight. There's no stipulation when it comes to the Dream, Devin the Dream Haney. Devin Haney has proven he might not be a more entertaining fighter than the Tank, but he's tougher than Tank. And I hear Regis Prograis, you know what I'm saying, his strength and conditioning coach, and trying to call him a private school. What is a private school student or something like that, trying to belittle Devin the Dream Haney because he doesn't have no street cred. If he doesn't have any street cred, that's awesome. Matter of fact, that shows how great of a parent Bill Haney is. Keep him off the street, leave him in the gym, put him surrounded other OGs and other successful people around him. Yeah, Devin Haney was in private school with the best in the world. Let me add that up. Yeah, he was in private schools with Floyd Mayweather. He was in private school with Roy Jones Jr. He's in private school with Zab Judah. Bill Haney has done a wonderful job, and every father that is a devoted father and stuff like that, you can relate to Bill Haney. You can relate to a guy like Teofimo Lopez that also has done a wonderful job in raising, molding his son to become the best. Take ish from no one. Speak his mind. Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney is the supreme when it comes to legacy. So why would I say that Teofimo Lopez versus Tank is bigger? Nah, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize. It's not. That's irresponsible as a channel host. That's irresponsible for a person that covered the sport of boxing. Personally, I'm a fan of Teo. Personally, I'm more of a fan of Tank style than a Devin Haney style. But my responsibility is to say what it is and the truth. The truth of the matter is that the best legacy fight is Teofimo Lopez versus Devin the Dream Haney, the undisputed lightweight champion of the world. And then Teofimo Lopez, in which I feel it should have been recognized by everybody as lightweight undisputed champion of the world. Should have never been a division. These guys, a guy like Teofimo Lopez, he let you know as a fan that I'm all about legacy. We always say we want to see the best fighting the best. And yes, Teofimo Lopez, when he faced Vasily Lomachenko, he was fighting the best. Not only the best in the respective division, but he was fighting the best. Arguably, number one, pound for pound, 1, 2, 3. You could flip it around the matrix. And he was the underdog. And let me tell you like this, even the promotional company wanted Teofimo Lopez to wait. Timothy Bradley says that Teofimo Lopez Sr. is crazy for putting his son up against Lomachenko. After the Nakatani fight, people said that he's not ready for a Lomachenko. Oh yeah, he ruffled feathers with that victory. It was supposed to be our responsibility. I know that the WBC did some shenanigans. I know we was all frustrated with the franchise. We was also frustrated with the elevation of Devin the Dream Haney, because I always wanted Devin Haney, because I already knew. If you check out the video that I did a long time ago with Devin the Dream Haney, when he got elevated, the day that he got elevated, that day in the WBC convention, I did a video. Y'all can go check it out. It's still up. I did a video and I said, drop the belts. Not because I don't believe that Devin Haney could be a potential champion. I said, it's inevitable. If you go check out the video, I said, it's inevitable Devin the Dream Haney going to become a champion. But don't parade with a title that you never earned. Throw that shit in the garbage. I still felt like that, because at the end of the day, look what he has accomplished. I knew it. It was inevitable. Go check the video. Well, people said that I was hating. No. I was hating with the WBC and what they have done. The WBC sabotaged the legacy for Teofimo Lopez to be recognized around the world without a debate, without a dispute, as undisputed. It was my responsibility, and it was your responsibility as a boxer fan to recognize the bullshit. And by recognizing the bullshit, we identify the truth, and we all should have recognized there should have never been no debate in this community about Teofimo Lopez becoming undisputed. There should have never been a debate. There should have never been a dispute of Teofimo Lopez becoming undisputed. You let that kid down while he was out there trying to be the best and proving that he's the best and doing a Gervonta Tank Davis dirty work. But because in this community is so divisive, you pick the side. Go check the archives. I hosted the Devin the Dream Haney. Matter of fact, I subscribed to the Zone. I paid the whole year's subscription of the Zone as soon as Devin the Dream Haney signed to Matchroom Boxing. If you look at it as well, the first media that I cover was Devin the Dream Haney out there versus Saul Abdulev. That was the first media that I covered when I started my channel. I'm not saying I'm not guilty of also some how you say it? What's the word? Borderline smearing Devin Haney, I just did not like how people was hating what Teofimo Lopez accomplished. Because at the end of the day, I could not say that Devin Haney is a champion. I couldn't say that because I see it and he didn't earn it. I cannot mention him as a champion, of which I know was blood, sweat, and tears, and he got inside a ring and he became a champion. He earned the right to be called a champion. And then I'm going to call this guy a champion, but he didn't do what he did. I can't do it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. That was a disrespect on Tio. That was a disrespect of any champion that stepped inside that ring, blood, sweat, and tears, and earned to be called the champion. I couldn't do it. That's the real reason. It wasn't to throw shades at Devin the Dream Haney. You got to have some morals. You got to have some principle. And this is the live that I'm actually continuing continuing with the morals. I said I did a video. I did a live. I said Teofimo Lopez versus Ryan Garcia. I like that fight, but it ain't the legacy fight. Ryan Garcia has not proven himself like Devin the Dream Haney. As a matter of fact, I got to hold Ryan Garcia, in which I'm also a fan of Ryan Garcia. I got to hold him accountable. It was Ryan Garcia that said that belts don't matter. Now he did get humbled by Gervonta Tank Davis, and now he said he wants to become a champion. You had the opportunity to become a champion. You said that belts don't matter. The belts is just a trophy. You also said that in the interview that he had with Stephen A. Smith. I got to hold Ryan Garcia. As much as I respect Ryan Garcia, and I believe that is inevitable that he's going to earn to become a world champion. He has not proven himself like Devin Haney. He has not proven himself like Teofimo Lopez. Tank has not proven himself. He is 29 years old. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Tank Davis. Happy birthday. All genuine. Happy birthday, Gervonta Tank Davis. But you know what? I started thinking at the age of 29. Devin Haney is 24, going to be 25. Teofimo Lopez just turned 26. Shakur Stevenson just turned 26. And we're still begging Gervonta Tank Davis to challenge himself without a stipulation, because he put a stipulation going to the 140. Tio didn't do that. Haney ain't doing that. Who's tougher? Now, you may look at Gervonta Tank Davis and he look more street than Tio. He may look more street than Haney, but he ain't tougher than them. No, he not. Gervonta Tank Davis, again, I'm going to keep on saying it. I believe he had the skills and talent. I believe that if he does challenge himself, he's going to give everybody a run for their money and probably beat them. But I can't just keep on saying that. I can't keep putting him in the same sentence as God that's legacy reign supreme, as guys that want to go for it, that want to be great, that want to be in the podium and you know, be inducted into the Hall of Fame. Gervonta Tank Davis does not give a damn about the Hall of Fame. Gervonta Tank Davis does not give a damn about pound for pound. Gervonta Tank Davis doesn't give a damn about the straps. So why am I going to say that in the Super Bowl weekend, February 10th, that the biggest fight should be Teofimo Lopez and Gervonta Tank Davis, when the biggest fight should be Teofimo Lopez versus Devin the Dream Haney? Two guys that has accomplished the most of this era. Two guys that won legacy reign supreme. Two guys that's not walking on eggshells. Two guys that is proven to the world that they want to be great. Give me 1 second. Albert, what's good, fella? What's good? Let me say shout out to the members of Punch Run Boxing. Yo, you want to become a member? Y'all already know it's in the pin. Don't be cheap. Support the channel. Let's go. Come on, y'all. Support the channel. Become a member of Punch Run Boxing. We out here grinding every single day. Every single day we grinding. Every single day we're motivating. Every single day we feeding the boxing world. Every single day. Let's get these mediocre numbers up. Philip, we in the building. What's good? What's good? Nate in the building. CRB in the building. What's good, man? Come on. He said, come on. Haney caught a gift decision. I don't get he fault. The gift decision was not his fault. If the judge want to give us their scorecard, is their scorecard. Why are we blaming Devin the Dream Haney? Why are we giving Devin Haney all that slack because of a scorecard? He ain't the judge. He wasn't there sitting around punching and them going sitting and getting out the ring and then tallying up his fight. We got to stop that. It's time that we respect Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez. No more hate. Everybody in this community. I know there's pro Devin Haney. I know there's pro Teofimo Lopez. I know there's pro black. I know there's pro Latinos. Ladies and gentlemen, forget the division. Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney, it is the supreme being right now. They have proven for us to show them the utmost respect. Let it end right now. Let this Tupac and Biggie type of debate end. If you a Biggie fan, you ain't like Pac back in the days. If you a Pac fan, you ain't like Biggie back in the days. If you a Jay-Z, you ain't like Nas. Nah, Nas ain't the best. If you a Nas fan, nah, Jay-Z ain't the best. We need to stop that. We could like both. We could respect both. We could uplift both. Just like they uplifted Thomas Hearns and Marvelous Marvin Hagler. Just like they uplifted Duranga and Sugar Ray Leonard. Just like they lifted Mike Tyson and Lennox Lewis. We could like them both. We could respect them both for what they have done in the sport of boxing. And right now, they have the one. They are proving themselves. This year, Devin Haney going to the 145 Regis Progress. This year, Teofimo Lopez fighting Josh Taylor. What more do you want from these guys? Teofimo Lopez is two-time lineal. You know why he's two-time lineal? Because he beat the man to become the man. You know why he's undisputed? Because he beat the guy that beat the man. So what's this hate? Let's put it to rest, folks. Albert said, yo, us fans need a held accountable for allowing BS to fly around in the sport. The fans wonder why fighters don't care. Let me put this Albert. Well, shout out to Albert, shout out to Philip. Us fans need to be held accountable for allowing BS to fly around in the sport. Then fans wonder why fighters don't care to make the big fights because the fans will be quick to shit on the fighters. Facts. Facts. And I'm not saying I'm a perfect one. I'm not saying I'm not. I said that Devin Haney is boring and stuff like that, and be comedic and stuff like that. Barely, borderline trying to smear. Those days are over, and I apologize to Devin Dream Haney. I apologize for Devin Haney. I apologize to Bill Haney because they're doing everything that it takes to be great. They're doing everything it takes to be great. Let's leave the criticism to the guys that really need to be critiqued. How about that? I'm not saying everybody is perfect in the sport of boxing. I'm not saying that every fighter is perfect in the sport of boxing. But at the end of the day, we're here to preserve the sport of boxing, right? Preserve the modern day awards, modern day gladiators. We're boxing fans. Or we just here to tune in and just diss and smear and discredit and devalue all these fighters. And then when you see, like my brother said, when we don't see the best fighting the best, you get mad. We sending a bad message. We're sending a bad message to the fighters, to the manager, advisors, promoters. We're sending a bad message to the executives. We're sending a bad message. Yeah, like I said yesterday, the reason why Showtime has pushed boxing to the side. It's because we was cheap and we were thieves. And the people in the boxing personnel tell the networks that we got the #1 fight in boxing, and that's Bud Crawford versus Earl the True Spitz, and we gave them $600K. That was an embarrassment. We embarrassed boxing as fans. No, it was not Al Heyman. It was not PBC. They gave us the fight that we was asking for and bitching about and whining about, and we ain't come out of pocket. We stole that fight. $600K was unacceptable. That at least should have been half of what Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather did if we're going to be screaming about and shaming and devaluing, shaming Earl the True Spitz, critiquing Earl the True Spitz, shaming Al Heyman, the PBC, and Bob Arum and Top Rank, shaming Bud Crawford. Why you ain't signed the extension? All the critique. You haven't done so much. You got the weakest resume in 140. The Earl Spitz. You're not but a drunk. Everything in the book. We shamed them, and finally they give us what we asked for. And then we're not satisfied. We give them $600K. That was an embarrassment. Executives look at the sport of boxing and say, you know what, man? What's wrong with these American fans? They don't even respect their fighters. They don't even support their American fighters. Look at these American fans. Can't come out of pocket. A bunch of thieves. A bunch of cheapos. We out of here. Let's get the hell out of here with the business of boxing. Let's move over and let's just do some movies. Let's do some movies, some documentaries. Let's pay attention to amateur, collegiate sports. The biggest fight, Super Bowl. And I'm going to say it like this, promoters. Promoters, but you know, Justin, I mean, in the scale, everybody in general. That's the way they look at us. The biggest fight, Super Bowl weekend. Again, I would love to see all them mix it up. I would love to see a Tank versus Teo, Tank versus Haney, Tank versus Shakur, Shakur versus Haney, Shakur versus Teo, Teo versus Tank, Teo versus Ryan. Oh, mix it up. I would love to see the fight, but nothing is bigger. Nothing is more legendary in this young era than Teo and Haney. It is what it is. For the people that like to critique, let me see where the poll is at. Both are the most hated, yet the most accomplished of this young era. Which is the best legacy fight? I didn't say what was the best lucrative fight. I didn't say which one was the most lucrative. I didn't say which one was the biggest. I said which is the best legacy fight. 56% got Teofimo Lopez versus Tank. Okay. I've been saying that I want to see that fight. Matter of fact, when Teofimo Lopez asked me what's the legacy fight, I actually said Tank. But look at what Teo has, what Haney been doing this past year and about to do. No. It's Haney, man. It's Haney. Oh, yeah, Haney has humbled me too. Oh, yes, Haney has humbled me. Haney has humbled me. He's proven. He's proven to me that he's all about legacy. And he's right there, sniffing on Teofimo Lopez's neck. Pause. And he's trying to sing to Teofimo Lopez. Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you. He's competing with Teo. Teo got Loma. I want Loma. Teo's gonna go to 140 and get Josh Taylor. Damn, I can't get Josh Taylor. You already beat him. Let me get the other guy that certain people felt like Regis Progress had a draw or probably beat Josh Taylor. How about I get that guy? Let me get the next best because I can't get Taylor. You got him, Teo. Let me get the next best. Devin Haney had the choice to get a voluntary bout. Devin Haney had a choice to pick. Devin Haney had a choice to drop all his belts and get an easy fight at 140. And what did he do? What did Devin Haney do? Legacy stopped mattering when Steroid Nelo and Loma took fake made-up belts. So let's praise the guys that's doing it. Angelina said Teo versus Haney. Teo versus Haney. Super Bowl weekend, February 10th. Promoters, you cannot drop the ball. This is Las Vegas. Everybody and their mama, every important figure or business is going to be in Las Vegas, Super Bowl week. You got to put this show on. You got to put this show on. Now, it's close. It's December 9th. I'm going to say this. If Devin Haney is not hurt or anything of that nature, it's going to be tough to make that fight. He will have to go right back into training camp, right? So it'll probably be unrealistic. Yet the thing is, just like in the sport of boxing, man, we're spoiled and we know history. And you already know that boxing is heavily documented. And when I saw Julio Cesar Chavez do this, let me show y'all right quick. Let me show y'all right quick, ladies and gentlemen. Before I look, let me look for this. Shout out to Teofimo Lopez Sr. and Bill Haney. And Bill Haney, father and trainer of Devin Haney.
Yeah, they try to pull that fucking bullshit that my son was fighting with me. Listen, Bill, how many times have you been with your son and you guys always react on the same positive fucking note? That shit never happens. Right. You gotta have your squirrels. You have to have your fucking fights, bro. Me and my son, he felt a certain way when he was talking about me. That's all bullshit. Because at the end of the day, our kids forget the fucking shit that we done for them. You know, and I understand you. You just like me, bro. We love them, bro. We want everything for them. You know, and that's why I fucking respect you as a man because, bro, there's not a lot of fathers that do the shit that you're doing.
Right.
There's not a lot of fathers that do the shit that I'm doing.
Right.
You know, because we only want the best for them, bro. You know,
Right.
so I don't knock no fucking father for trying to make their fucking sons to be the best, because that's what we believe in. We believe we got the best fighters, and that's the way the shit's got to roll. You know,
Absolutely.
we gotta end this fucking. We gotta end all this fucking fighting and all this fucking and talking about other people and everything, bro. Just put the people up in the fucking in the fight and let them fight. Let's see who the best is. That's it. That's the way I believe this game is. You know, and the thing is that we're looking to be the best. Devin Haney, I understand him. He fought some more because nobody else wanted to fight him. I understand that. So you got a good point when you say everybody's scared of my son. I believe that. But my son was never scared of your son.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, some people will be like, yo, shout out to Teofimo Lopez, shout out to Bill Haney and stuff like that. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say like this. Ain't nothing like punch run boxing. Ain't nothing like punch run boxing. Ain't nothing like punch run boxing. You in the right place. Oh, we got a lot of work. We put in a lot of work. Ladies and gentlemen, I put in so much work that I could just sit back for a whole year and put up content that I did. You know what I'm saying? Woo! Epic lives. Now, peep this. The reason why somebody will be like, but come on, you got to be realistic, Punch. Devin Haney's going to be fighting December 9th. You know what I'm saying? How is he going to be fighting at February 10th? You know what I'm saying? Teofimo Lopez. You know, that's too close. That's too close. The reason why there's fans in the sport of boxing that's frustrated with this era is because we already been spoiled by the past era. When we're used to seeing Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., regarded top 10 or probably top 5 best in the history of the sport of boxing. And we witnessed it for years and years and years, and we witnessed the greatness. And it's still in our minds. It's not like this is some black and white 1920s and stuff like that. Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. is still on our minds. To this day, people don't even think that Canelo Alvarez is better than Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. That's how much of a cloud he is. How much of an icon he is in the sport of boxing. Peep this. Julio Cesar Chavez, 1993, fought Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker in a tough draw, right? It was a tough fight, the best fight in the best. There was people out there that feel like Pernell Whitaker beat Julio Cesar Chavez. Julio Cesar Chavez next month for Mike Powell. After Sweet Pea Whitaker, Julio Cesar Chavez fought the next month, like if it ain't nothing, versus Mike Powell the next month. And this is what I mean, that we are spoiled. Fighters, managers, promoters, don't get mad at the fans when we're looking at these fighters like, man, you're not like back in the days. Nah, bro. Julio Cesar Chavez, after Pernell Whitaker, fought the next month Michael Powell. After Michael Powell, in less than 2 months, he was back in the ring versus Andy Holligan. Undefeated Andy Holligan. The next month, this was December 18th. The next month after Andy Holligan, he fights Frankie Randall, one of the best in that era. Lost a split decision In 4 months, he's back in the ring with Frankie Randall, the rematch. In the next 4 months, he's fighting Medrick Taylor. 6 fights in 1 year. And we ain't talking about no easy ones, too. Frankie Randall twice, Pernell Whitaker, and Medrick Taylor. In the span of 12 months. So when people gonna tell me, well, come on, Punch, Devin Haney just gonna be finishing off with Regis Prograis. Oh, I get it. But I'm a spoiled boxing fan. That's not an excuse. What's the excuse? Y'all don't even fight just as much as these guys. You want to be great. You got to show us. You got to show yourself that you're great. Because it's hard to compare you guys to guys like Julio Cesar Chavez and Oscar de la Hoya and Sweet Pea Whitaker. It's hard, bro. And that's the reason why there's fans that leave the sport of boxing. It's not that they don't respect you as a warrior and a fighter. It's because you ain't even doing half of what the guys did in the past. Or half challenging yourself. I'm not happy that Teofimo Lopez only fought 1 time a year. That's unacceptable. That's unacceptable. I'm sorry. It's unacceptable. Boots Ennis. They treating Boots Ennis like he's a champion. Virgil Ortiz's health can't get it. Hopefully his health get back to an order. Haven't seen him back at the ring. Stanionis. You guys got to be active, man. You guys got to be active. You guys signed up for this. This look, and I'm a fighter. This channel is for the fighters, for real. But I got to keep it unbiased, logically, and objectively. This channel is actually to promote fighters, to promote fights. But you guys, it's like you can't fight one time a year, 2 times a year. You can't. You can't. You're not doing it for the sport. You want to make changes? Nah. Teofimo Lopez, his name is the Takeover. I want Teofimo Lopez to be in that ring 3 times a year. If it's the Takeover, you got to take over. Now wait. Take over. Should have been back in the ring December 9th. But I said, if he has a big fight, February, okay. All right. But still, Teofimo Lopez should be in the ring more. Devin Haney should be in the ring more. Shakur Stevenson should be in the ring more. All these guys should be in the ring more. They also not on pay-per-view 100%. Those are legendary fights on TV. Everyone watched. Boxing was his bets. Not complaining about people's not purchasing. Kambosos did not dominate Tio. That fight 4 times was a great close fight. It was. I didn't even have Kambosos winning. I had really a draw, but I didn't have Kambosos winning. I have Kambosos winning. No. I think that a lot of people did hate Teofimo Lopez, and they went with the underdog, and the underdog overseeded the expectations, and they'd be like, "Oh, fuck it, the underdog won." Joe Flores in the building. What's good, Joe Flores? Dímelo, mi hermano. One of the members of Ponce Dronque Boxeo. Gracias, El Pastor de Boxeo. Keeping us updated and everything. Keith, he fell off, man. I'm very disappointed at Keith Tom Thurman's career. He threw his career in the garbage. I don't even know why. He threw his career in the garbage. I ain't never seen a career like that in boxing. That you voluntarily, Paul Williams had an accident, but Keith Thurman just had a almost legend, Hall of Fame career, and he just dumped it in the garbage like that, como nada. Psst, my God. And ladies and gentlemen, he's one of my favorite fighters. Gary Russell Jr. Psst. Y'all spend your whole life fighting for free and reaching this type, and y'all just let it go. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. You fight for free, 100+ amateur bouts, and then you get this professional, and then you know what's the saddest thing about Keith Thurman? You in position. You was in position. You threw your career in the garbage. I don't want to say that it's unfair that he went to the porn and found a lady and stuff like that, but Mrs. Thurman, You must be good because I'm gonna tell you the truth. Your husband, man, he was the potential to be one of the greatest welterweights, and the love that he had for you turned into the lust that he had for boxing. Hey, I mean, family, you only get this much chance, I mean, love is good, love is real, I guess, Gary Russell Jr. career is tragic. Oh my God. I think that's even worse. Gary Russell Jr.'s career is even worse. He turned down Haney fight. Oh my God, Gary Russell Jr. I don't know what's up with that class. They're late bloomers though. They late bloomers. I don't know. That era's late bloomers. Because even Bud Crawford is 36 years old. Yes, he's accomplished, but he just getting the big fights at 35 years old. He just got Earl Spence. Like, how many more years that Bud Crawford got? Demise Andre is getting David Benavidez, the biggest fight. It took 35 years old to get the biggest fight. And they all from the same class. But Keith Thurman had the ball in his hands, though. He let that go. Let me see what the poll's saying right now. 51% have Teo versus Tank. I want to know the people that pick Teo versus Tank. Why is that more of a legacy fight than a Haney that has a better resume at lightweight? Is going to have a better resume at 140. Why does Tank is a bigger legacy fight than Haney? Joe Flores, con los 5 pesos. Good looking out with the super sticker, my brother. Appreciate you, my brother, Joe Flores. Gracias de lo mío. Gracias for your contributions, man. I appreciate you, my brother. Appreciate you, the contribution. Elvis. Sucks that Teo has only fought one time this year. At this point, I think he will end up fighting Ramirez next year, Punch. Unacceptable, man. You too young, and you want to roll, man. You want to roll. Take over the sport of boxing. Take it over. Stay out there, man. You got this short career. Don't worry, your 30s. And let me tell you like this. Be married to this game, man. This is a game that you marry. This ain't basketball. This is nothing like that. This is boxing. Be married to this game. It's a short career, man. Be married to this game. Go for greatness. Your legacy will reign supreme, and your legacy is your what you call it? What do you call it? When this is health, wealth, generational wealth is your generational wealth. Good looking out, Elvis, man. Appreciate you, my brother. M Easy BX in the building said, "Yo, I picked Teo versus Haney. It should be. I know I've been saying for the past year." You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling y'all that I was wrong. I changed my mind. I'm human. I could change my mind. That doesn't mean I don't want to see these other fights. I do want to see Teofimo Lopez get that bag versus Ryan Garcia. I do want to see Ryan Garcia fight for a world title. I do want to see that. That's a great fight. Teo Ryan is a great fight. Teo versus Tank is an awesome fight. I love that fight because out of the two, those are my actually. Teo's my favorite is my favorite fighter, and Tank is one of my favorite fighters as well. His skill set, I just like the skill set of Gervonta Tank Davis, and Teo versus Tank clashing. Wow, that's my personal big fight. My personal big fight is Teo and Tank. But to be honest, in the general standpoint, the reality, broader opinion, morally, the legacy fight is Haney versus Teo. And it's a better build-up fight. It has the history of them always talking amongst each other, with each other, face to face, same class, father and father going at each other and stuff like that, celebrating with one another as well. Not always fighting. They're cool. They're cool behind the scenes. And I know for a fact that Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez mutually respect one another. Mutually respect. You remember when he beat Vasily Lomachenko? When he beat Vasily Lomachenko, I think one of the first guys that called Teofimo Lopez was Devin Haney. Now, of course, the fans and the wave of the fans can make these fighters, you know what I'm saying? One does an interview, he's gonna say something. The other one says an interview, he's gonna say something. The father's gonna say something. The father's gonna say something. You don't understand? And then, yeah, the fans could divide these guys. Yet, in all actuality, separately, these guys are doing what they need to do. Devin Haney is doing what he need to do. And Devin Haney beats Regis Prograis. Fighter of the year. May be Naoya Inoue up to Naoya Inoue and Devin Haney. It will be up for grabs. Maybe Naoya Inoue because he fought Stephen Fulton undefeated. Stephen Fulton, undefeated unified champion. He moved up and then he become undisputed at the within 12 months. He become a 2-division undisputed. So Naoya Inoue maybe will be the fighter of the year. But I think it will be between Devin Haney and Naoya Inoue. The best manager of the year, it will be between maybe even Dave McWaters, because think about it. Doesn't Dave McWaters manage Giovanni that beat Alexis Rocha? That was a big win in the welterweight division. So maybe Mr. David McWaters, Teofimo Lopez manager is up there. But the manager of Inoue, Bill Haney, I think that will be, you know what I'm saying? He said, punch to Teo. How did I score Teo and Cambosa? When I was in I scored it in the arena and I had it 114. Well, not 114. I had it a draw. I think it was what was it? 113, 113. I think it was 113, 113, 114, 114, something like that. I think I had it a draw and stuff like that. I don't think he really did enough to beat Teofimo Lopez. No. I think that he exceeded the expectations and things of that nature. If you look at how the fight was ended, the championship rounds, Teofimo Lopez won the championship rounds. He put him down. I think a lot of people always forget that Teofimo Lopez knocked down George Cambosa as well. Like, I think people just stood when he got dropped because that was more like a highlight. That was oh my God, he got dropped. But people forget that Teofimo Lopez came out in the championship rounds. You know, even in the first round. What round? How much they gave the first round? Did all the refs get? Did all the judge gave it 10? Gave it a 10-8? Or maybe a 9-8. I don't know, because he was losing most of the rounds. George Cambosa in the first round. What's good, Leonardo Rodriguez? What's good? Smash the like button. Leonardo Rodriguez with the $5 super chat. Good looking out. He said, we all know Teo whoop Haney in sparring bad. So that's why I'd be more interested in Tank versus Teo. Plus, is the payday Teo deserves. I think, but to be honest, I think that there will be a payday also for Teofimo Lopez and Devin the Dream Haney. I think they both get paid more than they ever got paid. More than they ever got paid. Now, if ego gonna set in, if Teo gonna be like, I don't want Devin Haney to get more money than me, or vice versa, then ego is gonna set in. But if I was Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez, they know that they have earned it. They know that fight been marinated. If the father really respects the other father, if the fighters really respect each other, if they know they give each other's props and stuff like that, and probably they call one another and stuff like that, because I don't think they really hate each other. I think it's more of a competitive thing. I'm gonna say it like this: if they retire, I think they'll be good friends, because they're not that type of. I don't think that Devin Haney nor Teofimo Lopez is that type of. I think they're prideful. I think both of these guys are prideful. I think both of these guys are students of the game, and I generally think that both of these guys want to prove that they're great, and their resume speak for itself. I want to see Tank and Teo, Leonardo. I want to see that fight. But legacy-wise, they have earned it more to get the bag than Tank. They have earned it more to be in a spotlight like Super Bowl weekend. They have earned the right to have a stadium fight. They have earned the right for everyone in boxing to respect them. They have earned the right to be the highest paid fighters of this young era. They have earned that right. We can't let these guys down, man. We got to support these guys. Look, I'm putting it out there. I'm not telling people what to do. You know, y'all got your channels, y'all got your accounts, y'all got your you know what I'm saying? We got to stop this the separation of Teo and Devin and knock Teo down and knock Devin down. Let's just be real about it. Both of these guys are giving us what we want. Both of these guys are fighting for the moral of legacy, man. I feel like the A-side talk will get in the way of that fight. It shouldn't. It shouldn't get in the way of that fight. I think it's a 50-50 split down fight. Now, if Teofimo Lopez never lost to George Kambosos, you know what I'm saying? Maybe he will be a slight A-side. I think it's a 50-50 fight, split down the middle. And I think the people that's going to pay these guys should pay them enough that both of these guys feel like the A-side. Both of these guys are A-side. Forget about A-side and B-side. Both of these guys are A-side. That's what needs to end right here. That fight, both of these guys are A-side. Teofimo Lopez got to be like, hey, yo, my man, you doing your thing, man. You doing your thing. You cleaned up my shit. You cleaned up George Kambosos. You cleaned up my shit. It is what it is. He cleaned it up. He's undefeated. It is what it is. Yes, Teofimo Lopez beat the only one that actually beat Lomachenko convincingly. Yeah. It's arguably that Loma beat Haney, but Haney showed up. Haney showed up in that fight. And he's the champion. And in that 12th round, to be honest, Lomachenko ain't won it just as bad as Devin Haney. He ain't won it more than Devin Haney. That 12th round, he ain't won it more than Devin Haney. Let's be real, let's be honest. In that 12th round, Lomachenko ain't won it more than Devin Haney. And I scored that fight. And I gave that fight to Loma. But you know what? Devin Haney fought. Judges scored it that way. It is what it is. But Devin Haney showed up. I gave the edge to Haney over Teo. Top Rank is doing a bad job promoting the Shakur Santos fight. To be honest, man, I don't even hear that shit nowhere, to be honest. I don't even hear it. I don't hear that nowhere. But like I said before, fighters, man, you guys got to come to the community that talks about y'all, man. You can't let these, I seen Shakur Stevenson and he's talking to Ryan Clark. Ryan Clark don't give a damn about no boxing, man. You got to come to Punch Drunk Boxing. You got to come to Punch Drunk. You got to come to Showbiz. Go to Blue. Go to my brother Mill City. Go to the Boxing Voice. You got to come to our community. We're pumping you 24/7. Ryan Clark, the Pivot, don't give a damn about boxing. Don't give a damn about y'all. Their audience don't give a damn about y'all. Y'all be showing man love to other people that don't give a damn about boxing. And then when you leave, we're still going to be talking about you. Everybody, man, look, this community is 24/7. They running live. If I'm running a live, I'm talking about you. There's another person that's running a live talking about you. And this is around the clock. The problem sometimes with these fighters, you abandon the people that actually show y'all love all day long. You guys don't. Hey, y'all supposed to be having a really like 3-5 interviews with Shakur Stevenson. This is your home right here, Shakur. Haney, this is your home out here. Teo, this is your home. Everybody, this is your home. Now, of course, I got certain fighters I like more than others, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, come on, man. People be and then you know what I don't like either, and I gotta call this out. Y'all could call me, oh man, punch. He's just feeling a certain way. No, this is the truth. You fighters, when I do an interview with y'all, man, y'all better post that. Y'all gotta post that shit up in your social media, man. Put it on your story. You guys do an interview with Gilly the Kid and all these and Hot 97, Breakfast Club, and y'all post them. Y'all be posting them in y'all story in y'all platform. Sometimes y'all fighters is weird too, man. Y'all don't show love to the people that show y'all love. Y'all too good to post us up in y'all social media, yet we're pumping you. Weird, bro. I think I'm the only one that's going to be saying it, because if other people be going to be like, yo, look at Punch, he's feeling kind of, nah, man, I'm keeping it real. If I do an interview with you and y'all don't post that up in your social media, that's weird. Why not? I'm talking about you. This is your career. They want to attract casuals and people who don't know about them. We already know them. Why waste the time? Nah, you know why, Tycho TV? You know why, Tycho TV? They got to come over here, because even when they have these headlines, look, I'm going to give you an example. When Teofimo Lopez had the controversial statements that everybody, Vlad TV put it up in his social media, and it did 1 million. Vlad TV. And every boxing publication, it don't matter. This is the social media. You don't have to go to a big public. You don't have to go to Joe Rogan, but Joe Rogan is combat. But you don't have to go to a big podcast in hip hop, because you're trying to. It never translates. I'm gonna give you an example, and boxers, listen to me. Fighters, managers, listen to me. That's like me bringing a poet on a boxing platform, and I'm interviewing a poet. Most y'all gonna leave. Y'all gonna be like, man, well, I'm not coming over here to punch you on boxing to listen to this poet talk about poems and shit like that. It's the same stuff when a fighter goes to the Breakfast Club. It's the same thing. It's the same thing if one of the fighters goes to a platform that they never talk about boxing. Your audience is gonna tune out. You think you're tapping into a new audience? No, your audience is gonna tune out. Their audience is gonna tune out. Come to these platforms. Let's create that buzz. Let's pump the fight. Let's promote the fight. Let's create the type of chaos that everybody else from the outside is going to be looking in the sport of boxing. No, I know what you're talking about, Tycho. Tio knows he will get exposed by Cambosa again. That's why he refused to fight him again and lied about winning. Man, I just want Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney. I want Tio versus Tank. I want Tio versus Ryan. I want those fights, because at the end of the day, those are the names that's attached to one another. Let's be real. Let's be honest. Let's not sugarcoat nothing. Every time Tank is fighting, you're thinking about Haney, Shakur. The same thing every time that Haney is fighting, you're thinking about Tio. If Devin Haney gets buzzed, you ain't even thinking about the guy that buzzed him. See, put it this way: when Haney got buzzed by Linares, what you hear? Psh, imagine if Tank did that. Their names is going to be attached to one another till they retire. It's just like LeBron James at the time. His name was attached to Dwayne Wade, Carmelo Anthony on the come up, because they came up together. It is what it is. Magic Johnson's name was going to be attached to Larry Bird from the college game to the professional game. That's just sports. Tio is not going to run away from a Haney, vice versa. Any conversations, any interviews, nothing. As a matter of fact, all these guys should be taking advantage of each other. If Devin Haney is going to be fighting December 9th, Teofimo Lopez should be over there. Another guy, the winner of Devin Haney versus Teofimo Lopez should fight Matias. Subriel Matias. Don't leave Subriel Matias off. Now, why sometimes we don't be talking about Subriel Matias when we talking about these guys, and sometimes we leave him out? We can't leave him out, number one, because he's a champion. But the thing is, these guys came up together, and they always been linked to one another from sparring stories, from amateur stories. They always been linked up to one another. They have chilled together. We have seen them in videos and do collab interviews and stuff like that. They go at each other. They celebrate each other. They give each other's props. They go at each other. These guys is like Shakur and Devin Haney. We always Shakur. They're always gonna ask you about Haney, vice versa. Why don't you bring on Belanga? I've been hitting Berlanga up on his DM on IG. They don't answer. I'm trying to show these guys, but Berlanga, I did an interview with Berlanga before. If you go check it out. All New York bring a different audience. Also punches boxing related. Also Rosie Perez. It will be subs and views and content. Hey yo, I want to interview everybody to preserve the sport of boxing. I want to celebrate all the modern day warrior, modern day gladiator. There's other channels out there that just want to challenge these guys. I want to celebrate them. Yeah, and in the end of the guy, Tio's my guy. In the end of the day, out of all these guys, Tio is my guy, but I'm going to keep it real. And if I can't keep it real with Tio, then that means he ain't my guy. And vice versa. I can only be respected if I keep it real. But Tio is my guy. I'm always going to fight for Tio. But I'm going to keep it unbiased, logically, and objectively in terms of Tio should be more active. I think that Tio is the guy that set the tone of this generation. He set the tone. And I think that Devin Haney is right behind him. Pause. And I think that's the reason why they need a fight. And I think that's why this is the best legacy fight. Tank fights tomato cans and TikTokers. The only thing about Tank, look, I have to put Tank in another bracket because Tank never says, I want to be the greatest. Tank never says, I want to be pound for pound. Tank never says, I want to be a Hall of Famer. We got to stop putting Tank in the same bracket. He don't want to be there. He doesn't want to be great. And if he wants to be great, let it be known. Because the difference between Tank and any other fighter that doesn't get an opportunity is that Gervonta Tank Davis could dictate any fight. If Gervonta Tank Davis say, y'all want to fight Teofimo Lopez and make it happen and make it a fair wage and make it a fair split, the fight could happen. If Gervonta Tank Davis wanted to crack an undisputed, it could have happened. If Gervonta Tank Davis wanted to fight Lomachenko, it could happen. If Gervonta Tank Davis wanted to fight Shakur Stevenson, it could happen. Gervonta Tank Davis doesn't want you. Or his team doesn't want to let him. But if it's at this point, if his team doesn't want to let him, then he's still a puppet. So I'd rather say that Tank don't want to do it, because if Tank don't want to do it, and he's gonna be like, "Well, that's his team. That your team is your puppet. Your team is still pup. It's still no. It's time for you to stand up to the people and be like, I ain't fighting. You got to do what Earl Spence did. And maybe the reason why maybe he don't want to do it is because maybe he'll catch the same shit that Earl Spence got. I don't think that, and this is what I like about Tio's team and Devin Haney's team and even Shakur Stevenson's team. They have more confidence in their guy than Tank's camp got on his. Now, I think that Calvin Ford believes that Tank could probably beat anybody. I like Calvin Ford. I think he's a real one. I think that they compromise with the business handlers. I think if it was up to Calvin Ford, we already seen these fights. We already would have seen Tio and Tank and Haney and all these guys. We already seen that. If it was up to Calvin Ford, we would have seen that. I have utmost respect for Calvin Ford, and I know that it's not him that's really calling the shots. I don't know if Tank is calling the shots, but he's not being vocal either. He's not saying, hey, yo, I want to become undisputed. I want Haney now. Matter of fact, hey, yo, why you fighting De Los Santos? You should be fighting me, Shakur Stevenson. Yo, Teofimo Lopez, you don't got no opponent? Me and you, let's do it. Super Bowl. Tank ain't saying that. I've heard Teofimo Lopez call Tank a P. I haven't heard Tank say anything back. Tank, the most entertaining, explosive boxer. Tio number 2. He's explosive, but at a certain point, happy birthday, Gervonta Tank Davis. He's 29 years old, bro. He's 29 years old, man. And we're still We still haven't seen him in a challenging fight. And if some, and I put this, all right, guys, 29 years old. What's Gervonta Tank Davis defining fight? What's Gervonta Tank Davis defining fight, y'all? 29 years old already. 29 years old, older than Shakur, Haney, Tank. Teo. What's his defining fight? Because if y'all gonna say Pedraza, man, now you know what we're talking about. What's Gervonta Tank Davis defining fight? Santa Cruz. Santa Cruz moving up to away, knowing he got no power. Santa Cruz. Ryan to the casuals. Pedraza. Ryan that never won a title. Pedraza. Santa Cruz. Rolly or Ryan. Wow. Only of the three fights, Teo. Who is his defining fight? Because I know Teo's. Teo got two. That's why Teo is two-time lineal. And guess what? Devin Haney's, it might be controversial because people did feel there's a lot of people that felt like he lost to Lomachenko, but that's got to be his most defining win, Lomachenko. I mean, Jojo Diaz is a champion, was a champion as well, moving up. He lost to Gary Russell though. George Kambosos got to beat George Kambosos. George Kambosos or Lomachenko. Shakur Stevenson. Oscar Valdez. Back to back with Oscar Valdez. Matter of fact, I remember they put Oscar Valdez number 10 on the pound for pound list after he beat Miguel Burchell. What's Tanks? See, to be honest, me and the way that it aged well, Mario Barrios may be the best win for Tank. But that fight also has its stains because Mario Barrios said that he had a rehydration clause. But in my opinion, I think that's the best fight, the best defining fight. He moved up to the 140. You know what I'm saying? Mario Barrios, look what he did. Now he beat Ugas. You know, so I think out of any opponent, the Mario Barrios aged well better for Tank. So I think that's probably the best win, in my opinion. That's probably the best one. Pitbull Cruz, really nobody was knowing Pitbull Cruz not a champ. You know what I'm saying? Damn, it's just sad. Like Tia already had Loma. You should have fought Loma a long time. He said Pitbull. I mean, Pitbull he's not even a champion, not even an ex-world champion. It's sad. You put that clip again with Teo Senior and Bill.
Yeah, they try to pull that fucking bullshit that myself was fighting with me. You know, listen, Bill, how many times have you been with your son and you guys always react on the same positive fucking note? That shit never happens. You know, you gotta have your squirrels. You have to have your fucking fights, bro. Me and my son, you know, he felt a certain way when he was talking about me. That's all bullshit. Because at the end of the day, our kids forget the fucking shit that we done for them. Mm-hmm. You know, and I understand you. You just like me, bro. We love them, bro. We want everything for them. You know, and that's why I fucking respect you as a man because, bro, there's not a lot of fathers that do the shit that you're doing. Right. There's not a lot of fathers that do the shit that I'm doing. Right. You know, because we only want the best for them, bro. You know, right. So I don't knock no fucking father for trying to make their fucking sons to be the best, because that's what we believe in. We believe we got the best fighters, and that's the way the shit's got to roll. You know, absolutely. We gotta end this fucking. We gotta end all this fucking fighting and all this fucking and talking about other people and everything, bro. Just put the people up in the fucking in the fight and let them fight. Let's see who the best is. That's it. That's the way I believe this game is. You know, and the thing is that we're looking to be the best. Devin Haney, I understand him. He fought some more because Nobody else wanted to fight him. I understand that. So you got a good point when you say everybody's scared of my son. I believe that. But my son was never scared of your son.
Said in an interview that they tried to make it happen at the end of the year, but they turned it down. I'm not trying to keep talking about this homeboy. I mean, that's he say, she say. You know what I'm saying? I think that yes, Devin Haney petition for him to fight for the title, where Arnold Barbosa for the vacant title was going to be vacant, and then Teofimo Lopez got his belt back, and then we didn't hear nothing about Devin Haney petitioning for the title. Yeah, I understand that. That's facts. That's true. Yeah, but and you know what? This live, I just want to talk real positive, man. He's still fighting a tough fight. You know what I'm saying? He's still fighting a tough fight. Regis Prograis. You know what I'm saying? It's just, yeah, he ain't fight Tio. He ain't fight Shakur, but he fighting Regis. You gotta give, so we gotta give respect to Devin the Dream Haney. That's almost like, you know how that made me feel. That made me feel almost like when I always talk about the Demetrius Andrade and Canelo Alvarez in the middleweight division, and where you couldn't shame Canelo Alvarez because he still went up in weight and still fought Sergey Kovalev. You understand what I'm trying to say? That's almost like what Devin Haney did. All right, he didn't fight Shakur at 135, but he moved up to fight Regis Prograis. The same thing with Canelo Alvarez. Yeah, I wanted to see the fight with Demetrius Andrade in 160, but then he moved up and fought Sergey Kovalev, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't be mad at Canelo. It's like he's still going for legacy over for legacy. And remember, he's moving up. And in boxing, we say when you move up, it's daring to be great. So you can't get mad. Nobody could get mad at Devin Haney for not facing Shakur Stevenson in Regis Prograis. You can't get all the way mad not facing Teofimo Lopez, but still facing Regis Prograis. You can't be mad at that. Now, if y'all we want to be picky and be like, bro, come on, we want to see, come on. At the end of the day, Devin Haney in the same year going to be fighting Lomachenko back-to-back Regis Prograis. You got to give him all the credit. He wants legacy, and he's proven it. He's proven it, bro. 100 and healthy TO at 140 will kill Camboso. Yeah, man. Even at 135, man, if he was healthy, would have. If he was healthy at 135, man, that fight would have ended in 2-3 rounds. I'm telling you. Will he take the rematch? Of course, man. He want that rematch. Haney fighting for greatness, just like Tio. I believe Tio wants to fight the big dogs, but he ain't doing it for chump change. Man, he's been doing it. Yo, Victor Garcia, he's been doing it for chump change, bro. He fought Vasily Lomachenko for $1 million, for 1.2. He walked over. He walked away with like $600K. Josh Taylor for $2 million. All these guys are getting paid more than Teofimo Lopez. All these guys getting paid more than Teofimo Lopez, and Teofimo Lopez, the one that set the tone and fighting the fight. That's why he's two-time lineal. So he's been fighting for chump change. It's time for just people to just be like, you know what, pay Teofimo Lopez. The whole boxing world should be like, yo, pay that man. Pay that man. We should get on top ranks or everybody else. Hey, yo, pay that man. Or we should get on whoever negotiating his deals. Come on, Mr. McWater, you got to do better than that. Things like that. And then the winner of Tio and Haney get Subriel Matias. Get that work. And I think it's gonna be a fight with anybody. A fire fight with anybody. Subriel Matias. And Subriel Matias was calling out Gary Antoine Russell as well. Hey, yo, Matias called Gary Antoine Russell. What he told him today on Mill City Boxing. I was interviewing Mill City Boxing, and shout out to Mill City Boxing and stuff like that for collabing with him. We did interview. We interview Subriel Matias today. He went in on Gary Antoine Russell. He said, man, this guy talking shit, but when he saw me, he wanted to shake my hand. He said, "Ese lambón." If anybody doesn't know about lambón, he said, man, this guy was talking shit on your interview, but then when he saw me, he wanted to shake my hand. He was hooking my D. Man, So Matias got to fight out here in New York City. They got to, he'll take the Puerto Rican fan base, but I don't think they're doing a great job in putting him in the places that he needs to be to become a big star. If the boxing match was actually the halftime show for the Super Bowl, is it the Super Bowl 15 minutes? If it was, let me see. It got to be 50 minutes. Let me see. It got to be 36 minutes. Then you got to add 12 minutes. It got to be an hour, man. It got to be an hour halftime show. But ladies and gentlemen, thanks for rocking with your boy Punch Run Boxing. Tomorrow we back at it. Probably we post that Supreme Matias interview and stuff like that. Most of it was in Spanish. But shout out to Mill City Boxing. Everybody subscribe to my brother Mill City Boxing. Everybody keep on doing the thing, man. Shakur Stevenson versus Edwin de los Santos. That's gonna be a good fight, but I think that Shakur Stevenson is gonna be too good. We're gonna be breaking down that fight more up to the fight, and then we moving on, of course, to Demetrius Booba Andre versus David Benavidez. Y'all seen the video out there, man. Demetrius Andre is looking like a killer out there, man. He really wants this, and again, like I've been saying in the videos, you going in it, y'all in it for a big surprise. Y'all in it for a big surprise, November 25th. Mark my words. And if not, then hey, let me eat my crow and let me eat and let me eat my humble pie. But I'm gonna tell you like this: Demetrius Andre gonna shock the world. November 25th, he gonna shock the world. Peace out, everybody, man. Love y'all. Have a great night. Love y'all. God bless. And on to the next, man.